Well, welcome to Inside the Grizzly Athletics Complex. We're currently standing in the baseball suite. We have two suites here in this complex. This is on the baseball side, and we also have one on the softball side. It enables us to showcase our baseball and softball programs when they're playing here in the spring. This is such a great space, and it's been utilized so well by our alumni, by our donors, also by our Grizzly Club members. We can't wait to get them back out here this spring. It's been trying as we've all been dealing with the COVID regulations, but hopefully this spring this space will be really hopping again with all of those folks who really love our programs and love Grizzly baseball and Grizzly softball. We've been able to dress up these rooms. Obviously, there's a lot of our G-Claw logos that are around. We've put some really cool graphics on both sides of the suites, baseball and softball, that highlight a lot of the accomplishments that have happened over the years. And so really these two places are just on game day. They're full of a lot of excitement, and a lot of different people get to really experience Grizzly athletics in a very unique and different way. We're kind of walking down this corridor here now of the Grizzly Athletics Complex building, and one of the really neat things about this building, and one of the things that I think I'm most proud of, is that as you can kind of tell, there's very little wasted space in this building. We really did a great job utilizing every corner that we could utilize when we designed the building. It's an extremely efficient building, so that's something else that really helps us when we go to looking at electric bills and water bills and all of those things. So it's really neat to have it as energy efficient as it is, but also it houses all of our coaches. So all of these individual offices that you see have our coaches, our coaching staff, our support staff in them, and so it's really been just a great building to not only have and house our athletics folks, but also the functionality of what this building does has really been spectacular. And it's hard to believe that we've been in here 8 years. You can also see some of our graphics on the walls. We love to highlight our players. We love to highlight our athletes, and we try to do that. As you'll see, that's a theme throughout the building, where we really want to make sure that we keep our student athletes first and foremost and on the forefront of everything we do here at Grizzly Athletics. So now we're heading into our newest venture here in the Grizzly Athletics Complex, and that is our new Studio 5. And in Studio 5, it really highlights our Grizzly Digital Network production and what our Grizzly Digital Network really does and what they bring to the table as far as GGC Athletics. It's a fully run student production under the direction of Matt Mahoney, and it's been one of the best things that we've done here at Grizzly Athletics, as it highlights all of our student athletes, but it also gives our students and our student workers the ability to have hands-on experience really in the TV media realm, and it's been something that from a national standpoint has really elevated Grizzly Athletics over the years. Really proud of and really pleased with all the things we're doing with the GDN. So now as we move further down the hallway, we've come out of the new Studio 5 and we're moving into the lobby area of the building. And once again, you'll notice how we've highlighted our student athletes on the walls. We of course have the G-Claw everywhere. We're celebrating our national championships. We're celebrating our conference championships, all of the things that our student athletes do. One of the other unique things about this building is that we have an academic resource center literally here inside the Grizzly Athletics Complex. And it really allows our student athletes to come to spend time with one another, studying for projects or working with tutors. Dr. Ian Potter does a great job in helping coordinate all of those things, and our faculty athletics representative Amanda Sepulveda does such a good job as well. We have such great resources for our student athletes to help them really excel on the field, but more importantly off the field here at GGC Athletics. So now we're going to head downstairs where our athletes really spend the majority of their time in this building. We've got our athletics training room, we've got locker rooms, and we've got one special little place that I want to show you as soon as we get downstairs. So now we're going to head back into our student athlete only space. This is where our athletes spend the majority of part of their time when they're in this building. We've got our weight room in here, our locker rooms that we're going to highlight here in a few minutes. But really, for this part of our building, it's all about our student athlete success. Someone asked me when we first moved into this building, there was no trophy case here, and they said, why don't you have a trophy case? And I said, well, we don't have any trophies. And you can see 8, almost 9 years later now that we have several trophies. Matter of fact, we filled up this trophy case with our national championship trophies, our opening round trophies, our conference championships, and all of the things that our student athletes have been able to do on the fields and courts of competition. As you pan over here, you can actually see where our national champions are highlighted with our women's and men's tennis teams. They have been absolutely dominant throughout the country each and every year since our inception. As we move here, you see our All-Americans. All of our teams have All-Americans, and we love to highlight the accolades that our student athletes have had, again, on the fields and courts of competition. But what's most important to us is our scholar athletes. And so here we highlight our Director of Athletics Honor Roll. We have our athletes on here from the fall and the spring. Anyone with over a 3.0 GPA each year gets on that honor roll, and then we change that out so we can highlight our student athletes each and every year. This is really just really a neat place to be able to highlight all of the accomplishments for our student athletes, both on and off the fields. So now we move into our athletics training room, really one of the state-of-the-art training rooms in the country, but really highlighted by our athletic training staff. Our staff is, to me, the best staff in the country, and I would put them up against anyone. But when you look at our training room, you can see the hot tubs, the whirlpools that we have. You see all of the different machines and equipment that we have to keep our student athletes in the best shape as possible, and also, if we do have an injury, to get them back on the fields and courts of competition as quickly as we can. I can't say enough about what our athletic trainers do here at Georgia Gwinnett College. So as we move from our athletics training room, we're going to head down the hallway and we're going to move into our weight training room. And again, here it's so important for us to take care of our student athletes, both from a mental aspect, from a physical aspect, as well as from a rehab aspect. We want to make sure they're in the best possible shape they can be in before they go on to play and compete for us. And then, as I mentioned, if we do have an injury, then we want to make sure we can rehab. I mean, you're going to see things in this weight room that enable our student athletes to be as strong as they possibly can, but also you're going to see things that are going to enable them to get back on the fields and courts of competition as quickly as they can. One of the things we did last year is we came in and we put all new half racks in this facility, and you can see again they're highlighted by the G-claws and all the graphics that are on the actual half racks. But also when you look around the weight room, you see what really means something to us and our student athletes, that we want them to pursue excellence each and every day in everything that they do, that service matters, that leadership matters, that their responsibility matters both on the field and off the field. And we want to make sure that they know with every touch that we have with our coaches, that every touch they have with our trainers, that they know what's important to GGC Athletics, and that they know what's critically important to them and their success here as a student athlete. And so our training room, and led by head athletic trainer and our strength and conditioning coach, James Williams, again, can't be any better anywhere across the country. So now we're coming out of the weight room and we're going to head and show you one of our locker rooms. All of our teams here have their own locker rooms that are really a great place for them to get away and be able to, just relax, get ready for the game, get ready for practice. You'll see some of our uniforms that we have on display. Again, another wall that we have here that highlights all of our AII conference championships. Again, anytime we can highlight our student athletes and their success, it's exactly what we want to do here. At the end of the hall, we've got a sign that says everything matters, and really that just embodies everything that we try to be and try to do here at Grizzly Athletics, because we want it all to matter. We want our facilities to matter. We want how our student athletes perform in the classroom, perform on the field. We want it all to matter. And so as you move into this locker room space, you can kind of see the attention to detail that all of our lockers have. We've got our uniforms that are in the lockers. We've got different things that are on the walls as far as inspirational things go, and just really a clean, sharp space for our student athletes to come, to get ready to play, to get mentally prepared, to get mentally focused, and really to go out and perform as well as they can for our Grizzlies each and every day. So I really just want to say a big thank you to everyone who's watched this facilities tour. We are so proud of what we do here at Grizzly Athletics. We're proud of our facilities. We're extremely proud of our student athletes. Once again, thanks for watching, and go Grizzlies.